This provision serves as a moral anchor of Philippine public service. It is not a slogan but a binding constitutional principle. Public officers are not rulers but stewards of authority, entrusted with power only for the people's benefit. The Constitution demands from them the highest standards of accountability, integrity, patriotism, justice, efficiency, and modesty. To say that public office is a public trust means officials are servants, not masters. Office is not a property to be owned, not a contract to be traded, and not a reward for political loyalty. Power is held in trust for the sovereign Filipino people. In the case of Pascual versus Provincial Board of Nueva Ecija, the court made this clear. Public office is a duty conferred by law for the benefit of the public. The Constitution sets five standards for public officers. Number one, accountability. Answerability for decisions, actions, and use of funds. Number two, integrity. Honesty in both public and private dealings. Number three, loyalty and efficiency. Prioritizing public interest over partisanship. Number four, patriotism and justice. Country and fairness. And number five, modesty of life. Rejecting extravagance, recognizing that privileges come from public funds. These apply at all times, not only in official acts, but also in one's private life. Case law reinforces this principle. In Haliasco versus COA, the court held that officers handling public funds must exhibit the highest honesty and integrity. In Rabi versus Flores, a court stenographer was dismissed for scandalous private conduct. The court ruled that even private immorality betrays public trust. In Ombudsman versus Andutan, the court stressed that corruption and grave misconduct directly violate the constitutional trust. These cases show that betrayal of public trust is the broadest ground for discipline, covering official corruption and even private misconduct, undermining confidence in government. The principle of public trust is enforced through institutions. Number one, impeachment for highest officials. Number two, the ombudsman. The ombudsman and Sandigan Bayan investigate and prosecute graft and corruption. Number three, the Civil Service Commission enforces meritocracy and ethical standards. Number four, the Commission on Audit safeguards the proper use of funds. These mechanisms ensure that accountability is not only moral, but also legal and institutional. The implications are far reaching. First, public office is a sacred responsibility, not a personal entitlement. Second, officials must lead by example in modesty, integrity, and efficiency. Number three, corruption, negligence, and immorality are not just crimes. They are constitutional betrayals of public trust. And number four, the guiding ethic is simple. Those who serve must do so with clean hands, pure motives, and selfless commitment. To conclude, Article 2, Section 27 elevates public service into a sacred trust between the government and the people. It demands accountability, integrity, loyalty, efficiency, patriotism, justice, and modesty. Jurisprudence affirms that betrayal of this trust has no place in the government. The vision is clear: a clean, responsible, and people centered bureaucracy that serves with honesty, modesty, and patriotism.